Hey guys, here's part 8 of the vlog I recorded with Caroline.
Scuba diving now. That was somewhat different because we went to a place in Southampton. They were fantastic. They were professional. They took you ever so slowly through everything, and there was nothing put to chance, and I mean nothing. Safety and what have you was paramount. Their equipment was sparkling. You know, it was just amazing. Unfortunately, we had to try and look for another school that was closer to home, because Southampton, from where we live, is about 2-hour drive. There's no way we could do a 2-hour drive there, an hour lesson, and a 2-hour drive home in the space of time of school hours. So we had to look for somewhere closer to home. We found another school, and I don't know whether I should name names, so I probably best I won't. But let's just say we found another school in West London, and we thought they were going to be quite good. They turned out not to be so good. Because of my disability, I'm very top heavy. From the hips up, I'm an average build, but my legs don't do very much. And they're very thin, so there's not really much weight to them, and blah, 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 blah. So my buoyancy was an issue.
It's your boobs again, isn't it, Loz?
Shut up, you. Okay, I'm top heavy, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, I was having problems with my buoyancy, so I always fell forward in the water and started somersaulting, or I was spiralling from side to side, or worst case, both at the same time, spiralling side to side and somersaulting. Well, if you can try and understand that your brain is used to your body operating a certain way, when you're in the water, it's a different ball game altogether. You know you can't fall. You know you're not going to hurt yourself, but your brain is like, your body shouldn't be doing this. Panic mode now. Yeah. So I always freaked whenever I started moving. I wanted to stay horizontal. That's how you're supposed to when you're scuba diving. Or vertically when you're going up and down or whatever. So anyway, I ended up with quite a few bruises all around my arms and chest from where my instructor kept grabbing me. And it turned out afterwards that the way they were speaking to me was in such a way that they were saying, we don't really want to teach you, but hey, if your husband wants to do it, he can then instruct you. So I'm like, okay, bye-bye, don't want you. We then went to a third company. All I will say is this company was a school specifically to teach disabled people to scuba dive. That's all I will say. Well, I'm sorry. I'm a stickler for rules and regulations, and anybody who knows anything about scuba diving knows how safety is paramount. Now we arrived, took God knows how long for someone to actually get introduced to us, found out who our instructors were going to be for the lesson. Now bearing in mind there was a whole group of us there. There was at least 30, 40 people. Other disabled people who were quite advanced at scuba diving, or middle, or beginners like us, what have you, mixture. Now, we explained to our instructor how we'd already had 2 so-called tri-dives, and that we knew a couple of hand signals that are used underwater. Showed him and told him what they were, not a problem. He gave us our equipment and said, right, put it together. And we're like, did you not just listen? We've only had 2 tri-dives. We haven't been taught how to put our gear together. We know what everything is, but we don't know how they connect to one another. Oh, hang on a minute, then I'll get someone to do it for you. And off he went. Another half an hour went by. Oh, all this equipment sitting in front of us on the floor, none of it put together, thinking, what on earth is going on? So anyway, cut a long story short, we're in the water, and we've gone down the deep end. And again, I had already explained that my buoyancy was a problem and I didn't want to be left to my own devices in the water. Not a problem. So I was told. So we're down the deep end, Jeff's off one side and I'm somewhere in the middle, and I've started to somersault and I've freaked out. And I've made the hand signal to say that I'm in distress, meaning there should be someone, in other words, you need someone to come to your aid immediately. It wasn't noted. Now, both instructors that I had seen me. They had looked right at me. Whether they were looking through me, I don't know, but they had looked at me. I'd done the hand signal again. I'm trying to kind of, shove my head right back, try and get myself somewhat horizontal while I'm doing this hand signal. I'm in distress, come to my aid. And I put my thumbs up to say I need to surface. Nothing. 3 times I made that attempt. In the end, I tried and fumbled to surface myself. Now, because I was panicked so much, I forgot that I could just inflate my jacket and that would take me to the surface. That's how stressed out I was. Finally made it to the surface, got to the side of the pool, holding on for dear life. A few minutes later, one of the instructors decided to surface. "Oh, there you are." And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "What was wrong?" I said, "Did you see my hand signal to you? What was that?" So I showed him. And I said, "I was in distress, I needed help." "Oh, is that what it means? Oh, I didn't know you knew that hand signal." So I thought, you know what, this is not even worth taking any further. At this point now, Jeff has surfaced. He's come over and he said, "Are you all right?" I've given him my knowing look.
Yeah, I know that look too.
Yes, and I've said, "No, I want out, and I want out now." And not a problem, out I got. Jeff was going to get out too, and I said, "No." I said, "You stay in and finish your lesson." He was like a duck to water. I mean, he must have been a he-maid, her-maid, mermaid, whatever thing. What's a male mermaid called?
A merman.
Oh, he must have been a merman in a previous life then. So anyway, I let him finish his lesson. I thought, I'm not ruining his day. We go behind the hospital screen, the one on wheels.
Yeah.
Get changed. And now bearing in mind, I'm in tears at this point. I'm getting out of the pool in tears. And I just thought, if I open my mouth, a whole tirade is going to come out. And I'm going to give them what for. I'm better off keeping my mouth shut tight. So I said nothing. But anyway, Jeff got out. He finished his lesson, gone behind the screen with me to help me get changed and dry and what have you, and he asked me what had happened, and I told him exactly what had happened and how they'd ignored my hand signal, and he was absolutely furious. He wanted to go and say something there and then, and I said, "Look, no, let's just pay our money and get out of here." I said, "I'm not coming back." I said, "There's nothing that they can say that will make me come back." Bearing in mind, when I first got in the water, my regulator lead. Now, your regulator, for people that don't know anything about scuba diving, your regulator is a mouthpiece you put in your mouth that you breathe in and out of, and that is connected to your oxygen tank. Now, when I first got in the water, that lead come detached from the oxygen tank. Their equipment was absolutely vile. They were filthy. I was terrified using it, because I thought, are they actually in working order? I was scared that because my lead had come unattached as soon as I got in the water, I was scared that I was going to be somewhere down the deep end and have it come unattached again and me be in serious trouble. And what would have happened if that had happened? Who would have noticed? Because my instructors obviously weren't paying attention to me. So I said, "No, let's just get out of here and go home." So that kind of put an end to our scuba diving experience. Whereas if we had stuck with the one in Southampton, who knows where we would have got to. But I believe things happen for a reason, and it's probably just as well because I don't know if anybody saw the news there a few weeks ago about shark attacks in the Sharm el Sheikh.
Yeah.
And that's where one of the places you go to finish off your diving course, to get your PADI certificate, because for people like myself who can't handle the cold channel waters, you can then take your course, the last bit of your course, what's called the open water diving. You can do that in Egypt. So only the other day I was saying to Jeff, see, if we'd stuck with Southampton, it would be around this time we'd be thinking of going to Sharm el Sheikh to finish it off. I said, well, look, shark attacks, I wouldn't be going now.
Hi guys, well that's it for another series of vlogs. Thank you ever so much for watching, and well done to you if you managed to make it all of the way through. Anyway, we are thinking about recording a new series, but for the next one we'd like your questions and comments. So, if there is a subject that we did not broach upon in this series that you would like our opinion on, you can contact both myself and Caroline through the Facebook group, or speak to Caroline directly through her website, which is www.wheels-allowed.co.uk, or contact me directly through mine, which is foxcubmedia.co.uk. That's foxcubmedia.co.uk. Once we've compiled a list of questions or comments, we will record a new blog, and God help us, that's all I can say. Take care, and we hope to speak to you soon.